Hi everyone. I guess my voice is clear. Can any one of you just write it in the comment box so that uh, we can move further? Am I audible? Hello. Yeah, I guess I am audible. Okay, great. So welcome you all. We will be moving. I'll be taking you to the journey of imagination and exploration. You are gonna explore what SparkAR is and how could or how can you use that thing to create your filters. Okay, so I'll be using some of your time to display my PPT. It's hardly of 5 to 6 slides. Don't worry. Uh, okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, so first of all, welcome all. And so today we are going to learn Spark AR Studio. Whenever we get to know about some software, there are three things that comes in our mind that makes us or help us to start working on that. Like they make us to decision whether we should do that work on that or not. Okay, so these three questions are what it is, what it does, and how can we use it. So what it is, you must be pretty sure that it is a software, okay, by Facebook. Great. Now, what it does, here comes the main question, which is the deciding factor. What capabilities does it have? So, you must have tried lots and lots of filters in your daily life. But have you ever thought where these filters are made? Actually, these filters are made here. The Facebook and the Instagram filters, the native development environment is this part here. Now comes how can we use it? That is, what can we get from it? That is, this SparkAR Studio enables us to do what we are here. That is to create filters. Okay. So moving forward, let's see some of the examples. As you can see, this cool filters right here. Okay. Can you see these things? Really amazing. And I am assuring you, this thing is just a pretty basic thing that you can do after moving forward from this thing. What we are going to create today is this one. Nice, the cool DSC logo. I guess you must be exciting and really wanting to make this one. Okay, but before moving on, I asked you to download some of the things, that is SparkAR Studio. Now there are pretty different other things that you need to download. Don't, no problem. These are very small. That is on your mobile. You have to download this Spark AR player. Okay, you just go to the Play Store and download it. And these links are in the description box also. You can find these links. And on your system, you have to download face asset, demo image, and icon template. Okay, and it's my advice that you guys just sit back and relax and watch the whole process and do it afterwards. There is no problem. There's nothing to like that you have to move along. Okay, it's better to understand in a one go and then do it. So I'll assure you that I'm gonna teach you or I'm gonna instruct you in a correct manner so that you can do the whole thing or you can mimic the whole process by your own without seeing this video. So it's better to sit back and relax. Okay, in the morning, just sit back and relax. Have your cup of tea or coffee and just watch it. And I guess I'm really making you enjoy this thing. Okay, so let's start. Enough of the speaking and all. Let's move on to what we are made to do here. Okay, so when you launch your Spark AR Studio, let me do one thing. I switch it to screen. Okay, I guess if I remove this thing, then I'm not audible. I guess I'm audible now, right? Guys, just write it in the feedback. Hello. Yeah. Vijay Anand. Anyone? I'm not audible. Okay, great. Great, Tarun. Thank you, Tarun, for the help. Okay, so you guys must be able to see this screen. Okay, as a feedback, I'll be taking like you just write yes. Okay, you are watching it, and I'm also getting the feedback like yeah, people are audible. So SparkAR. This is the interface of SparkAR, and I guess because these are for developers, that is you or you will become after this tutorial. That is why it is in black or dark theme, because most of the people love these dark themes. Okay, coming on to its working, there are lots and lots of options. Inside this option also, there are lots and lots of options. So we are not going that deep. What pattern of studying we will be taking is, we will make something, and by the process, during that process, we'll be learning that thing. Okay, so that it don't get overwhelmed. Okay, so let's start. So what we need to make, or what was our idea was to make something like this. Okay, something like this. Okay, so there are 2 to 3 things working here. If you see it clearly, that is, we want a kind of sticker on our face. We want a kind of glow on our face. Okay, these 2 things is the most basic thing we can deduce. Deduce. Okay, great. Nice. Okay, so let's start on our project that is here. So this is our SparkAR. If you click or hold your right mouse button and drag, you can just rotate here. Okay. If you click or hold your middle mouse button, you can move here. And if you scroll down or scroll up your wheel, then you can zoom in, zoom out. Great. Let's load the functional components here. So this is the template background, or this the template theme which SparkAR gives with various kinds of emotions you can see, which you guys can use it, and it helps us to the people who don't have the cameras. Okay, so if you don't have camera, don't worry, SparkAR is there to rescue you guys. I mean, not most of the interaction, but these interaction and emotions are pretty much enough to try out your filter or create your filter. Okay, so this is your camera, this one is your camera, this is your template, and you can see this is the frame. Okay, and here is your light. Actually the work here is all of 3D environment, so these are what we call artificial lights. Okay, nice. Let's move on. Let's come back to what we are making. So this is the scene panel. You don't have to learn these things. These are written over there. Come on, guys, you can do that. Means it is written. You don't have to learn these things. Okay. So let's move on. We need to do what is to create a filter which has a kind of DSC logo here, and its face should be sparkly, or you can say it's kind of plastic. Okay, so let's start this thing. So for that, you have to click here, add object, and there are various options. Okay, so there are fixed target tracker, plane tracker, face tracker. Great. So we need a face tracker. Okay, this is the most powerful thing of SparkAR. You don't have to know any kind of deep learning or machine learning or computer vision to track a face. It's all embedded inside it. So it's a chota pack bada dhamaka. Okay, so face tracker. If you click on face tracker, all the description, what face tracker, what are its capabilities are here. Okay, so we are going to insert that thing. Nice. So you can see a kind of gizmo which is following the face of our subject. Okay, nice. Now we need what we call a face mesh. A face mesh is basically a 3D face model which we are going to use. Okay, next. So great. We are getting close what we wanted, but still it's really horrible to see this thing. Okay, no problem. We are going to simplify it. Okay, one of the things which I want to mention here is this is what we call parent-child relationship. You can see that this thing is inside the face tracker. Like if I close this drop-down menu, it will go away. But if I take this thing out of the face tracker and put it somewhat here, so you can see it's not following that thing. Okay, it's not following the face. It's only taking the interaction, it's only taking the emotion, but it's not moving according to the face. So to make our face mesh move with the face tracker, we have to make it a child of the face tracker. This is the most important thing. Now comes actually this part is bit kind of you have to learn it out. This is a small concept which many of the people just confuse with. Okay, so when you get a 3D model, so you're not going to render it as it is. Render in the sense you don't want to see this in camera like this. Okay, you want a pretty kind of design on it, on his face and all, and a kind of shine. Or you can say roughness. So all these properties are defined by the material. Okay, so if we click on face mesh 0, let's rename it. If you double click on it, you can rename it and rename it as sticker. Okay, nice. Moving on to the properties of sticker, you can see there is lots and lots of option, but we are not going to do that thing. We are going to do what we are here, that is learn, make and learn. Okay, so we need to add up a material to it. Can you see, guys? This material is over here, and still it's not looking very nice, but okay. Now, the next thing is I made you download some things in the starting whose links are mentioned in the description box. So these things are here only. Let me show you. Okay, these are face assets. These face assets are originally given by SparkAR. Okay, let's see what these things are. Okay, so inside texture, we have, if we go to edit, so here it is. If you guys ever seen a video of face tracking and all, so you must have seen this kind of dots. So these are basically known as feature points. This is how SparkAR detects or places that face mesh on your real-time camera. Okay, nice, great. So in this thing, what we need to do the graphic part, we have to assign a texture to the material. If we click on material, let's rename it, because renaming and doing proper identification is better than to mess around afterwards. So let's rename it as sticker. Okay, great. So let's move on to its properties. Okay, so this you can say as a property panel. Every of the thing inside this thing is having a property panel. So we're moving on to stickers. Let's assign it a texture. Okay, so let's move on to our desktop and assets and face assets. Okay, first of all, I want you to assign this thing. Okay, nice. So you guys must be able to see how these points are perfectly placed where they should be. Like these points are at the eyebrows, these are at the nose, these are at your mouth, right? So you can take this template, that is the wireframe given by, I mean, it is a kind of wires, that's why I'm saying wireframe, to create your own filters. I mean, to create your own custom kind of things. Okay, so for that, what I have done is I've taken this both of these things in Photoshop. I mean, there's that wireframe is just a simple PNG image. Okay, so I'll open this up. And by the way, guys, we have two surprises in the last, so you have to wait some time for those surprises, and I'm pretty sure you must be excited for that all too. Okay, so I've taken these things inside. I mean, I opened it in the Paint, but I've taken these two things inside the Photoshop and just placed these stickers on the place where I want it to render, or I want it to be placed in the real faces. You guys must be able to connect these things, like in the SparkAR, these places are the confirmed places. So I have taken it inside the Photoshop and placed it here. Okay, nice. And what I have done with some simple Photoshop stuff, I just make that wireframe invisible, and only this these stickers left. Okay, so they are placed correctly and that wireframe is gone. For that thing, you have to Google out how to means, you can say, how to make a layer visible invisible in the Photoshop. That's not a big deal. Okay, so now let's try to use that thing. Okay, so let's learn from new texture. Let's navigate it to assets and use this kind of thing. Okay, great. We are pretty much like, I can say we are 80% close what we wanted to do. Nice. So we delete this face trackers. We don't need that anymore. Great. So it's here. Okay, but still it's looking like, means it's not real. So what we try to do, we try to change the type of the you can say material. Okay, so let's try for face paint. So materials defines how these things will interact or will look in your this what we can say, your camera. Okay, nice. So it's working fine, like as a face paint, it's working fine. Now let's move on, and we are left up with that shiny thing. Okay, great, shiny thing. We need that shininess. I don't know that word exists or not, but okay, we are imaginators and we can imagine anything. Okay, great. So moving on. So we need to add up another object for that. That is another face mesh. So you guys must have see. Oh, okay, this is the best example to show you what is the difference between parent-child relationship and when an object is out of the parent-child relationship. So this face mesh is a child of that face tracker. So that's why it is taking care of that thing. Okay, it's moving along the face. But this face mesh is not. That's why it's standing still. Okay, so we will hold this up and put it inside this. So it also follows the face mesh. Okay. Now what we are going to do, we are going to beautify you. Okay. That is, you must have used the AI feature of your cameras, which just removes your all the kind of blisters on your face and all. Okay, and kind of uh, fair yourself, you can say, on your face. Okay, so let's see, fair. So we renamed it fair tone, and we have to give it a material, create new material, and let's rename it as fair. As renaming is most important so that you can, if after some time you come back and visit this thing, you can understand this thing properly. Okay, so here is the option retouching. You guys must know what retouching really means. And so if you move this slider, okay, let's try to take another sample thing. Great. Actually, this one will work more properly. So you can see a kind of acne and all here. So if I increase this thing, these acnes will be removed. Okay, great. Moving forward, this is what we wanted to do here, that is to make your face look pretty as you're sharing with this thing with your friends and all. So who wants to look like just means not that good. Okay, now moving forward, we need that plastic thing. We are still lagging that thing. Okay, so we again add a face mesh. We insert that thing. Again, that parent-child problem. Let's name it shiny surface. Shiny surface. Okay. Let's try to make it the child of this thing. Yeah, it's now a child of this thing. Let's add up a material. Whenever you create a face mesh, you have to add up a material and properly name all of the things. Okay. Shiny. Okay. So here we have to change the shader type. Shader type is basically how your material will interact with the environment. That is the virtual environment is providing. Okay. So physically based, what it does is, uh, it's looking like kind of we wanted to do something else and it becomes something else. Actually, this is the process in which uh, the intermediate steps are like, oh, what have I done? But the final result is something different. Like you see painters painting, and starting it is a mess, and end it's like a more mess, you can say. Okay, so let's move on. What we just did is we made the shader type to physically based. Then there are something some of the steps you need to do is you have to increase this metallicness. You have to increase this roughness. So you can see it's reacting with the lights. Okay, this is the light. Okay, in response to light, it is reacting. Okay, if I move this light, you can see things are changing. Okay, so if we come back to our material and do certain more changes, that is what kind of blend mode we want, how this should blend with our real world, it should be added. We are pretty close what we wanted to achieve. With the opacity, we'll do the changes. Okay. So there was a secret which I kept from you so that you guys don't get that much overwhelmed. That is, for the best result and best functionality, you guys need to have a good knowledge of JavaScript. Okay. So, but for now, as a beginner, SparkAR still helps us in that also. That is using patch editor. Okay. Let's try to small this thing. Okay, so you guys must have used the platforms where you code using joining different nodes. Okay, so this is what we are doing here. By the way, I want to declare it that SparkAR uses JavaScript officially, and the version is ES6. You can add your JavaScript file using add object and scripts, and using script you can access any of these functionalities and do changes whatever you want. Okay, great. So this is patch editor. Don't be hesitate to reach this place. There is no problem in reaching this place, although we don't know even a single thing about this thing. Okay, no problem, we will start from scratch and understand it completely. Okay, or we should get introduced to it at least. So if we move this place and give it a single right click, a big kind of options are over here, like animate, audio, device, lots and lots of. And if you move inside these things, there are certain sub options, and if you click in any of these things, you will see what it does. Okay, what it does. This is the best thing which SparkAR provides, that is, before using the function you must be knowing what it does. So what it takes input, it takes input of a patch input, play. It takes a pulse. Okay, it takes a pulse. You don't, no problem guys, you don't have to be an electronic engineer to know what is a pulse. Pulse is like, okay, it's like a jhatka. Okay, 0 and 1. 1 is the on pulse and 0 is the off pulse. Okay, patch output, what it will output, a controller object typically connected to the audio player patch. No worries, I will tell you where to learn all these things. You guys will rock this stage after some time. Okay. So what we need, why we are here is we want these lights. Actually, these lights are now pretty much like stationary. So that's why we are not getting that moving light effect. That is, we are getting here. Okay, let me show you. So you guys must see these lights are moving. Okay, this is a moving effect which you can see. Lights are moving. So we want to use this patch editor to move these lights. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll right click, we'll search for loop. I guess you guys are pretty much familiar about loops. Loops are like karte jao, karte jao, karte jao, karte jao. Okay, whenever. Okay, let's answer some of the questions. I guess, which software to use to make 3D models? The best is Blender. Move to Blender as it is free and there are lots and lots of options available in the YouTube to learn. Okay, so I guess I answered your question. Great. Okay, no further questions. Let's move on. So this is loop. Okay, so it will help us to karte jao, karte jao. What karte jao? You have to that keep rotating this thing or keep moving this lights up and down. Okay, or move 360 degrees. So this thing. Okay, if you click on if you right click on this, you go to patch info. You'll see what inputs it, what outputs it gives, what inputs it takes. Okay, I have enabled it, so it's not taking any input for now. That I want it to be enabled when the filter starts. Okay, so that's why I've enabled. Duration, yes, I have given it duration. Now, next thing we need to add is transition. Okay, apne ko, we don't have to just understand each step for now, because whenever we are able to create something in the last, we get the motivation to learn the each and everything. Okay. So we get to learn each and everything. Okay, okay, okay. So moving forward, let's add a sticker. Sorry, let's take this lights. This is the light, and we take the property of its rotation. If you click on rotation, so you are able to access the rotation here, and let's connect this thing. One of the things which I want to tell you is, if you connect this thing to this, it becomes red. That displays that it is a wrong connection. Okay, so you have to make sure everything is without any color. Okay, so this is the start point, that is 000, and what I want, it should end at 360. So you can see this thing is start moving, and we can see the kind of filter or changes over here. Okay, and 360. So what I'm saying, this script is saying that when the filter is started, enable this thing. Okay, and what you do, you start your thing here and end up at 360 at different accesses. Okay, so that's why it's moving. Now you can change the duration of this thing from here. If I write 2, it becomes slow, it slows down. Okay, great. Actually, I need one more light for that, and you can find all that thing here. I want a directional light. I'll insert this thing here, over here. Great. I'll move this thing a bit here, and then I'll give it another color. Let's say bit of red. Okay, and we can leave it like that, or for in this case, I want it to move. Okay, so I'll put it over here. I'll start the rotation, and I'll do the changes here. Let's say I want it to move in this axis only, 360. So nice. Yeah, it's looking nice. It's a kind of you can say police effect or something. Great. So we are very much done with our filter, and we are satisfied with it. We can again go and do changes in the materials and all. It's all open, means you can do non-destructively changes here. Okay, so next thing, we are pretty much okay with the filter, and we want it to be published. But before that, we want to try this filter out on our pages, on our thing, that is on our devices. So what you can do, you just take your connecting wire for your phone, and I've made you download the SparkAR player on your devices. It's available on Play Store, or you can go for iOS stores. Okay, just connect your device, and you must be able to see this thing, that is your device name, and you can send it directly on your phone. Okay, you have to open SparkAR player on your mobile device, and then press send, and it will open up in your phone. You guys can see, and you can try it on your mobile device. I am unable to show you this thing, but it will work fine on your devices too. Okay, or what you can do, you can send your stuff directly to your Facebook camera or Instagram camera. One thing to note is, you don't have you're not publishing it from here. You are just sending the link to test your filter, like how it's looking there. Okay, so you can just press on send, and within no time it should show you a link. Yeah, here is the test link, and I can see the notification on my phone that you can try this out. Okay, so you can try this thing. So we have tried all the things, it's working fine, and we are ready to just publish it up. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to go to the option name as upload, click on it, and this is the decision point. Okay, these two tick marks should be there, or your filter won't be accepted at the time of review when you submit it. What are these things? These are the file size. Okay, the file size should meet the required file sizes. Okay, for Instagram it is 444 MB, for Facebook it is 10 MB max, 10, and our filter is of 17.41 KB. Okay, so you guys must be able to means estimate it, like how much things you can do, and it will still inside the max size. Okay, and the capabilities meet all the requirement, like whatever capabilities you are using, it meeting all the requirement. Now there are two options: publish new effect or upload an existing effect. Okay, so you can publish a new effect if it is from scratch, you have created this thing from scratch, which we have done in this tutorial, or you can update an existing, like if you have an existing filter and you did some changes and want to update that thing, so you can directly do that from here. Okay, this is the owner, this is the effect name, there are other options also. Great. Now comes the export file option. What you can do with export file option is that if you click on this, it will be exported as .ar project. Okay, great. So these .ar project files are used to upload that thing on, upload this filter over SparkAR Hub. Okay, but with version 89 onwards, you can directly upload that thing without creating an AR project file. It will implicitly take it from here. So let's move on to upload and upload. So it hardly takes some moments to do it 100%, and it should open SparkAR automatically on your browser. SparkAR Hub. Okay. For the first time, you maybe need to log in here. So it must open up pretty fast. Okay. So let's move on. Okay, it should not open this thing. Instead, it should open this thing. Okay, it's creating a problem, I guess. Let's try it once more time. Upload. Okay, so here it is. What it is this thing. Okay. Nice. So we get two options, that is we want to upload it on Facebook or we want to upload it on Instagram. Both of the options are pretty similar. So I'll update it on Instagram. Right. What next I need to do is I need to give it a name. Let's say DSC KIIT speaker. Okay. Then I need to choose the category. Let's say it is sci-fi. It is for selfies. It is immersive. Appearance, as we have added that thing. And then comes the keyword. These are the most important things where The other person is able to find your stickers using this thing only, that is stickers. Okay, this tags. So this tags could be DSC, DSC KIIT. So when you type these things in the search box, you'll find the stickers with the help of these tags only. Okay, this is what we call SEO, you can say. Okay, great. So moving forward, so you can add up as many as it allows you to add up. Next thing is you have to make a demo video of it, which will be shown here on the screen. Okay, so for that, what you need to do is you need to open your SparkAR filter, test on device, send it to Instagram, try it, record it, and it should be a recording of 10 to 12 minutes, 10 to 12 seconds, and upload it here. Choose the file. I guess I have recorded it before only. Okay, so here it is. So you upload it, then comes the icon option. So the things which I made you download it in the starting will contain a template file from SparkAR community for the Instagram icon option. So you just need to do some little Photoshop, or you can see the minimum file size should be 200 cross 200 pixels. So, but I suggest you to go for the template which I made you download in the starting. So from that template only, I have created this logo. Okay, so you have to just confirm it, and yeah, it is 225 cross 225, and I want to publish it as soon as possible, or you can create a broadcast time for that, means you can publish it later. And this is the most important thing. Most of the time, the reviewers don't understand what your effect does. So you have to make or write in this field what your effect is doing, make it simple, and describe as much as possible. Like it's allowing you 2,000 words. So use that thing. Okay. If your SparkAR or filter is promoting some brand or something, like you are doing an internship right now for Spark, like creating filters, so you can take this icon and then submit. Okay, it will not take it. Let's say I do something like this. I submit it. I mean, you have to write the proper words over here. I'm just showing you how to submit this thing. Okay, so it will be under review. Estimated review date is by Wednesday, 8 July. So you have to keep checking this thing. If it's get rejected, there will be a notification on your Facebook feeds that your effect has been rejected or accepted. Okay, and I just published this effect yesterday. If I go to home, I can see these things. So this is DSC KIIT, and I just published it yesterday, and you can see it's live now. You can see the stats here, like what are the captures, what are the opens, impressions, and all. So these are the stats which you can follow. Okay, so you can say it's pretty bad for now, as I just started these things. Okay, great. So this was the pretty much what workflow of Spark AR is. Let's come back to our PPT and just finish it up. Okay. Yeah, this option, I guess, on this. Okay. So the question is where to go from here. These are the most important parts you guys take care of. Where to go from here, like you have done this stuff and what we should do next. Okay. So these links are also in description. Don't be like start scanning this thing. You can do for ease of use. I have placed this thing. So first of all thing, you just go and create your filter with any kind of your creativity. Just pour your creativity, imagination in that. Use different kind. If you are a Photoshop artist, then just make a really great PNG file and put it instead of that DSC logo. And the second thing is when it get accepted, just use it and tag DSC KIIT, and we're gonna feature each and every filter on our Instagram handle. Okay, what can be best than that? Okay, great. So you can go and do these things, publish your own filter, tag DSC KIIT. That's the most important part. No problem, whatever be your filter is, we're gonna appreciate it. Okay, because we love to see your creativity. Then the second thing is, if you don't want to see this 45-minute long video, there is a written SparkAR blog which you can visit, and you can follow it, follow these things. It's all written over there. Then come, okay, this is the most, actually in starting I said we have two surprises. This is the first surprise. So do you want to be certified from a Facebook? Who don't? Okay. So visit this school.sv.co and go for SparkAR 101 program. Let me show you how it looks like. Okay. So it is sv.co, and these guys are School of Innovation, Facebook School of Innovation in India, and they have a program known as AR 101. Okay. So register it, and the things inside this is pretty much what is inside this 45 or 1 minute hour video which we just covered. Okay, and you are able to complete this thing, I guess, in 5 to 6 hours. There is one surprise for you inside this. There is one more functionality you need to add up here, which I'm not going to disclose that thing for right now. I mean, why should I just remove that excitement from you guys? Okay, so in last you will get the certificate from School of Innovation. You are a certified person and all that thing for free. Okay, so this was our first surprise for you. And the second surprise is, okay, let's create some moment. uh, okay, what is the most problematic thing you find in your engineering, or if you are IT student? Coding, right? Most of you? Okay, so we have a solution for that. We are just announcing tutorial series on C programming, and it's not a simple tutorial series. It will be a video, and we'll be launching 3 videos each week with a problem solving doubt sessions in the end of each week. What else? What else? I mean, you are doing some hard work, so you must show off. Okay, so for that we have hosted our programs on HackerRank, and you can just start working on that thing and just do all the practices, and you will be able to get badges which you can show or which you can share publicly. Okay, what else? We have so much to give you. Okay, we are community, we are here to help you. So we are here to grow together actually. Okay, so what next is, if you are not a kind of video person and you don't want to see the videos, we have a blog dedicated for that too, and so that you are able to catch up from where you left last time. And this series is by Junaid Rahim, one of our most you can say multi-talented personality, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna like it. Okay, so with so much things during this pandemic, I guess you are just ready and just buckled up yourself to do this stuff. And with this, I want to say that we are done, but not you. You guys are still going to develop your filter and pour your imagination and creativity under that. Okay? With this note, signing off, Praddyum Verma. In case of any problems, you can directly contact me. My contact details are in the description box. Thank you. Have a nice day. Sayonara.